Oyster have been building luxury cruising yachts for almost half a century, but they are currently creating a new line of boat that will set a benchmark in luxury yacht design. As the first ever Oyster 495 takes shape, in this episode we talk to the team responsible for the concept as we go behind the scenes with the designers of the Oyster 495. With 48 years of design and build behind them, Oyster Yachts have a strong heritage, a legacy carried down through the decades that manifests itself deep within the very DNA of every yacht they build. But Oyster don't just build sailboats, they build go-anywhere ocean explorers, a concept they call the Bluewater cruiser.
At Oyster we've got almost half a century of experience in designing blue water cruisers, which are effectively yachts that can go anywhere in the world in total comfort, total safety.
I think for me, a blue water cruiser, it is a boat that you can just take off on long ocean voyages, deal with extreme conditions and the extreme weather that you're likely to encounter on those sort of trips, and operate in a self-sufficient way for extended periods of time.
A blue water cruiser is a boat that's been specifically designed to go long distances across oceans, so it's got to be strong, safe, robust.
For Oyster, the Blue Water cruiser is a proven concept. Worldwide, their yachts have clocked up over 20 million blue water sailing miles.
When we start looking at designing a new yacht, a blue water cruiser, because they can go anywhere in the world, they have to be comfortable, they have to be safe. So things like the set out, the layout in the boat is logical. You can move safely around the boat, so you can hold on at sea, when the boat is lurching around. The access to systems, the storage, which is really important, sail locker, really important. So that's basically the start of the design process. We have all that in our head when we start designing the boat.
Design lead Chris Lock is an Oyster veteran, with multiple Oyster designs to his name. And in the 495 project, his key role is ensuring that all of that Oyster DNA can be designed into a smaller 50-foot package.
The 495 is a challenging yacht to design from day one, because at the end of the day it's a small oyster, but it's got to give you the feel of a big oyster. So the quality of the interior, the fit out, has to be the same as you'd expect on any other oyster, but equally the systems on board are very similar to a larger yacht, to a larger oyster. So it gets more challenging to actually fit the interior around all these systems and the structure and what have you. So all in all, it's just trying to cram everything into a smaller space, but still making it feel like it's as big as possible, and as light as possible, and as usable as possible, and as safe as possible.
At Oyster's new build facility in Hythe on the south coast of England, the first ever Oyster 495 is coming together. With a second hull already being worked on, keeping to deadline requires precise monitoring from the man tasked with keeping the build process on track. It's a boat of many parts. How tricky has it been to get everything here on time?
Yeah, it's a boat that's got several thousand components in it, all of which have got to be planned for, purchased, brought in, and like most of the world, the supply chains are having a big challenge at the moment to deliver stuff, especially manufacturing. And if we have parts that are missing, it could cause us a big problem, because in a month's time we've got the deck going on. And once the deck goes on, if all the large components are not inside the boat, we won't be able to put the deck on. We'll have to wait.
To deliver the first 495 on time, precise communication between the design and project management teams is of course vital. Attention to detail in the build of the 495 is paramount. A key element in the design of this blue water cruiser is how it handles at sea. So to meet the team that makes that a reality, I've come to the home of one of Oyster's longest standing collaborations.
There's a number of key sort of attributes for a blue water cruiser, things like high stability, both from a point of view of meeting extreme weather and just safety requirements, but also for everything from the way we set the boats up with twin rudders. It's about having balanced fingertip control on the helm, which is easier for the crew, and everything to do with the rig and the sail plan. For us, it's really just fine-tuning and trying to enhance with each new model the features that we want to see in a Bluewater cruiser.
We've got many of the elements that are in the bigger fleet, the flush deck and fairly powerful hull form aft, and lots of space, good accommodation, headroom, really nice sailing qualities, long waterline length, makes for a very punchy boat. It's good, sustainable daily mileages, really. You sort of want the boat to be the destination in a way, you want the boat to be a nice place to be all the time.
Years of design collaboration, the evolution of the Bluewater concept, and the attention to detail of the build in Hythe. They are all slowly coming together here in the first ever 495. It's an exciting project, but for Andrew Martin, it's also a project with a deadline.
So the deadline is of course Düsseldorf Boat Show in January. All being well, if all our designs are working, everything turns up on time, then we'll be okay.
The more I learn about the 495, the more exciting it feels. It's a landmark project and I can't wait to sail the finished yacht. There's plenty to discuss though before then. Join us next time when we delve deeper into the build process of the Oyster 495.